Everyone thinks GoHighLevel is for marketing agencies. I built an AI tutor instead. Before we begin, if you're an educator, parent, school leader, or someone interested in the future of learning, make sure to subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and follow for weekly content on AI, education, automation, and innovation. Every week, I will share practical strategies showing how educators and families can use technology to improve student outcome, increase engagement, and build systems that create lasting educational impact. Today, we're going to discover how to build a custom AI trained exclusively on your child's classroom curriculum using GoHighLevel. By the end of this video, you'll learn why most AI tutors miss the mark, how to train an AI tutor on your child's actual curriculum, why curriculum-specific AI is more effective than generic AI, how parents can support learning without becoming a tutor, how educators can extend learning beyond the school day, why this could save families thousands of dollars in tutoring costs, and how to build an educational system instead of continually purchasing educational services. And stay until the end because I'll show you how to access my free Educator Innovation Sandbox Masterclass, schedule a school innovation strategy session, and start a 30-day free trial with GoHighLevel trial. So, my name is Dr. Jordan B. Smith, Jr. I'm a retired Marine major, retired mathematics and computer science teacher, educational consultant. I was named the Amazon Future Engineer Teacher of the Year in 2023. And Amazon Future Engineer Teacher Ambassador, and I am a lifelong educator. For nearly 2 decades, I've worked with students who had often given up on learning. Many were behind in credits, many struggled academically, many needed support long after the school day ended. Throughout my career, I kept asking one question: how do we create systems that continue helping students learn even when the teacher isn't physically present? Today, AI allows us to answer that question in ways we couldn't have imagined just a few years ago. What if your child could ask a homework question at 10 o'clock at night, and instead of searching random websites, instead of watching 3 conflicting YouTube videos, instead of waiting until tomorrow to ask their teacher, they could access a personal AI tutor trained exclusively on their classroom curriculum, not trained on the entire internet, not generic content, not random answers, their curriculum, their assignments, their vocabulary, their teacher's instructional approach, their classroom. That's exactly what we're building. See, the problem with most AI tutors, and here's the challenge, that most AI tools today are trained on everything. That sounds impressive until a student asks a question. See, the AI may provide 5 different methods. The textbook teaches one. The teacher demonstrates another. The student becomes confused. Parents become frustrated. Learning slows down. And the problem isn't the technology. The problem is context. See, the AI doesn't know what your child is learning this week. It doesn't know what unit they're studying. It doesn't know what standards they're expected to master. It doesn't know the vocabulary the teacher is emphasizing. And it doesn't know how the teacher explained the lesson earlier that day. And the cost of tutoring is outrageous. But let's talk about something parents understand immediately, and that's the cost. Many parents are already spending thousands of dollars every year on tutoring. Private tutors commonly charge $40 per hour, $60 per hour, even $80 and sometimes even $100 per hour. That's me. If a student receives tutoring just 2 hours per week during the school year, families can easily spend $3, $4, $5, or even $7,000 or more annually. And that's often for a single subject and a single child. Now imagine having a curriculum-based AI tutor available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, supporting math, science, English, history, vocabulary, test preparation, homework help for the entire family. Instead of repeatedly purchasing tutoring services, families can begin building educational assets. That's one of the reasons I'm so passionate about helping educators and families learn these systems. See, the big idea or essential idea, you can tell I'm a teacher. What if we flipped the model? Instead of asking AI to teach everything, we train it to teach exactly what your child is learning. Imagine uploading a course syllabi or syllabus, lesson plans, study guides, vocabulary list, assignments, teacher notes, rubrics, state standards, project resources. Now the AI becomes a curriculum expert, a tutor available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And because it's trained on your curriculum, the answers remain focused and aligned. Now, this creates something completely different, not a generic chat box, a personalized learning system. Now, a quick question. Can you imagine how much time, frustration, and tutoring expense this could save for families? If this idea resonates with you, I've placed 3 resources in the description below. The free Educator Innovation Sandbox Masterclass, a school innovation strategy session, and a 30-day free GoHighLevel trial. Now, we'll talk more about those later, but first, let's look at what this actually looks like. In the real world, let's imagine your child is taking Algebra 1. Tonight's lesson is solving systems of equations. And normally the student comes home confused. Believe me, I know they do. Parents haven't seen algebra in years. YouTube offers multiple approaches. Everyone gets frustrated. Now imagine a curriculum-trained AI tutor. The student asks, "Can you explain today's lesson?" The AI already knows the textbook, the pacing guide, the vocabulary, the examples used in class, the learning objective. The AI responds using the same framework the teacher used earlier that day. See, the student receives consistency. The parent receives support. The teacher receives reinforcement. Everyone wins. Now, I want to be transparent about where the technology stands today. Many people hear AI tutor and immediately think voice AI. The reality is that for mathematics and other symbolic subjects, we're not quite there yet. Today's voice AI models do an excellent job with vocabulary review, historical discussions, reading comprehension, science concepts, study coaching, motivation, accountability, general academic support. But when students begin working with mathematical expressions involving fractions, parentheses, exponents, square roots, and complex equations, voice AI can sometimes struggle to communicate the symbols accurately. For example, when a student says, "How do I solve 3 divided by the quantity x plus 2?" the spoken language may not clearly communicate the mathematical notation. That's why I currently recommend using Conversational AI chat for mathematical instructions. The chat interface allows students to see parentheses and fractions and exponents and equations and graphs, mathematical notation exactly as intended. The student sees the work. The AI explains the work. The learning becomes much more accurate. Voice AI is fantastic for vocabulary review and content discussions. Conversational AI chat is currently the better solution for mathematics and symbolic problem solving. The technology is improving rapidly, but I believe in giving families and educators the best solution available today. So now imagine you're a teacher. What if your students could receive help after school without requiring you to answer emails at night? What if your curriculum continued teaching even when you're asleep? What if every student had access to a personalized tutor aligned with instructional vision? This isn't replacing teachers. It's extending teacher impact. The goal isn't to replace your child's teacher. The goal is to create a digital extension of your child's teaching, of your child's teacher, that continues supporting the learning after the school day ends. See, the best teachers don't just teach. They create systems that continue teaching. And what about a family learning legacy? One of the concepts I teach inside the Educator Innovation Sandbox is moving from being consumers of technology to becoming builders of systems. Imagine creating an AI math tutor, an AI reading coach, an AI science assistant, an AI writing coach, an AI college planning advisor, and an AI family legacy knowledge base. And then passing those systems to future generations. That's the future I see. Families building educational assets instead of continually, I'm kind of twisted here, purchasing educational services. So if you're finding value in this content, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel and follow for future videos. We're going to be exploring practical AI applications for education, family learning systems, student success, attendance improvement, and educational innovation. So think about this. If your family spends $3,000 to $7,000 annually on tutoring, and it's unfortunate that there are a lot of students that need to tutoring, but their parents can't afford this. They can't afford the $3,000 to $7,000. But what I'm talking about is an innovation sandbox where the teacher could build it and make this accessible at no additional cost. But what would happen if you redirected a fraction of that investment into building an educational system that works around the clock? A system that grows with your child, a system that can be updated every year, a system that supports multiple subjects, a system that can eventually support multiple children, a system that can become part of your family's educational legacy. Now that's the opportunity we're talking about today. Not replacing teachers, not replacing tutoring, but dramatically increasing access to personalized academic support while reducing long-term educational costs. See, the future of learning isn't simply consuming educational services. It's building educational systems. And that's exactly what we're doing inside the Educator Innovation Sandbox. If you'd like help building your own curriculum-based AI tutor, I placed 3 links in the description below. 1 for a free Educator Innovation Sandbox Masterclass. 2, the second one is a 30-day free trial to GoHighLevel. And 3rd is to schedule a school innovation strategy session. And you really need to do those in order. You need to watch the free masterclass so that you can understand the concept. Then you can go ahead and access the GoHighLevel so you can actually start to work on the tools. But even better, before you even do that, schedule a school innovation strategy session with myself where I can actually show you and give you some guiding. But I'm only going to do this using a strategy that was actually by Sugata Mitra, where he used a hole in the wall experiment, where he put a computer in a hole in the wall in the middle of in the middle of a jungle, access to young Indian kids over in India with no teacher, no instructions, no lessons. And guess what happened after 6 months? They learned how to use it. See, it is very important that teachers today, in every subject, needs to be fooling around and using an education innovation sandbox. Because their insight in learning how to use the tool gives them insight in how to integrate this into their curriculum. Because what we want to be doing is not preparing our kids, not preparing our students for the current jobs. We need to be preparing our students to give them the tools and the resources for the jobs that have not been discovered or created yet. So inside my masterclass, I'm going to show you exactly how educators, parents, and school leaders can begin building these systems today. See, the future isn't waiting. The future is calling. And the educators and families who learn to build these systems today will define how students learn tomorrow. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe, follow the channel, share this video with another educator or parent, and check out the links below. I'll see you inside the masterclass and in the next video. This is Dr. Smith.